All right. So, hello everyone. Welcome to my channel, Think.exe. Hopefully, you guys are feeling great. And welcome to our first ever live stream, the channel's first ever live stream, and personally, my own first ever live stream on any platform. I'm currently really exploring things that I don't know anything about. So, hopefully, you can forgive any mistakes I might make, and just enjoy the show. So, let me introduce our channel. So, the channel started on the 26th of March, about a month ago, and or nearly 2 months now. And the purpose of the channel is to really talk about scientific things, technology, thought-provoking stuff, and hence the name Think.exe. So, think is practically just to come here and start thinking about stuff when watching our videos, and the .exe part just because I'm a developer, and I thought, well, let's just put that there. Maybe it might make sense to some people, and probably gonna confuse a lot of people. So let's just put it there. So when you come here, you just double click on our channel, and you start thinking. So anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about the purpose of this live stream. So this live stream basically comes as part of a series I'm hosting on YouTube. It's called The World Report. And what do? Is we simply take the interesting events or the things that I deem interesting that happened on the previous day, and we just talk about it in a brief short video, short form YouTube video. And I try to only focus on positive stuff. And the reason for that is I really don't want to get into politics, especially nowadays, since they are really, really depressing. And I think the internet already has covered a lot of the stuff, and we don't really want to get bombarded with negative news from every aspect or from every platform we are on. So that's why I made the decision to not talk about politics, just so we can have a safe space here where we just talk about positive stuff, the things that are positive, the things that are inspiring, that give us a good outlook on the future. So just let me show you here the shorts that I'm talking about. So this is our channel, and we already have 42 videos. We started off by making like long form videos and extracting shorts from them. But then I decided that maybe this is not the smartest idea, and I started working on shorts directly. And for the past few weeks, I've been just posting news about the things that happened yesterday. So I usually start with, it's, for example, May 11th, and this is what the world cooked up yesterday. So hopefully you're familiar with that if you're a viewer of the channel. And yeah, so feel free to visit them all and appreciate the positivity that we find in them, okay? Don't expect to find some negative stuff or some political stuff. That's not going to be on this channel, at least in the beginning. Maybe in the future, but I can't make promises. Anyway, so let's talk about the agenda for today. So what are we going to cover? So as I mentioned, the live stream is going to be part of of the series where we talk about positive news. And I thought, since we are only doing short videos, it's a good idea to do a live stream at the end of the week on Sundays and just pick some of them and talk more extensively about them. Okay? This might be a boring stream for many people, but if you're just doing something or eating and you just want to hear something in the background, then you can just open the live stream and just listen to what I'm gonna say. So I have prepared these 4 articles, and these are the news we're gonna be covering today. Chimpanzees rhythmic drumming. I've covered this in one of my short videos. Axelspace planned IPO, initial public offering. And Met Gala 2025, everyone heard about this. And Neuralink in AI enabled communication for ALS patient. So these are the four interesting things we're going to be talking about. So the how it's going to go, I'm just simply going to read through these articles, give my opinion, and I don't assume anyone is going to join this live stream for now, so I'm just simply going to do it myself. But if anyone joins and would like to give their opinion on stuff, then that'll definitely make the live stream a little bit more interesting. Anyway, let's stop talking now and let's begin the agenda. So, as I said, the first one is chimpanzees rhythmic drumming. So we have this article here named Chimps Rhythmic Drumming Could Shed Light on Music's Evolutionary Roots. Let's explore what this is saying. So research found chimpanzees drum with non-random rhythms that suggest building blocks of music may predate humans by millions of years. That's interesting. So chimpanzees discovered music before us, right? Okay. So let's read this. They might not produce Gershwin hits, but chimpanzees have got rhythm. Researchers have found in a study they say shed light on the evolutionary origin of music. Scientists have previously found chimpanzees drum on the buttressed roots of trees to send information to each other, with each individual having their own signature style. However, it remained unclear whether its chimpanzees drummed rhythmically. So they basically knew all along that chimpanzees basically drum on the bottom of trees, but we already knew that. But apparently we don't know if they are doing it rhythmically or just banging like without any meaningful rhythm to it. So let's continue. Now, researchers say they have not only found chimpanzees drum with non-random timing, but that the rhythms differ between subspecies. The team said the revelations shed light on the evolutionary origins of a feature that sits at the heart of human social behavior, from conversation to music making. The findings are a strong suggestion that those building blocks of rhythm that we have then used in all of our social behavior and all our music were present way back in our last common ancestors, said Professor Catherine Hobater, a senior author of the work from University of St. Andrews. Guys, let me stop here. We really need to appreciate those people that devote their lives to these scientific discoveries, really. Like these, for example, this professor, I assume she's been working on this for the longest time, and she's devoted her life to basically studying chimpanzees, and maybe not all of chimpanzees, just a specific behavior of chimpanzees, which is really interesting and really something to applaud them for, right? So we're going to discuss later whether this is a worthwhile thing to talk about or not. I already have my own thoughts about this, but let's keep on going. So the study, published in the journal Current Biology and led by PhD student Vesta Illutere, definitely butchered this name, reveals how the team studied 371 drumming boots produced by 47 chimpanzees across 6 populations from 2 subspecies, Eastern and Western chimpanzees. All right, so the team compared the drumming with random patterns of beats, revealing all the chimpanzees showed non-random timing. It had a predictability to it, and when you've got predictability, you've got a really strong indicator that there is rhythm there, said Hobater, so the same professor. So here, this is quite interesting story. So this article put this video here, which might suggest that this is, you might think that this is a very good evidence, but when I watched it, I really didn't think this is good enough. So let's see. Yeah, seriously. If this is the music that the chimpanzees are listening to, I don't know what's going on, but maybe for our unexperienced hearing senses, we cannot understand or see if this is a rhythm or not. I'm sure they have their own reasons to believe so. Of course, a 22 or 17-second long video is not going to show whether they do it with a rhythm or not. But the sense that I got myself is that I don't hear a rhythm in the way that chimpanzee drummed on the tree. That's how I see it. But I'm sure there is some merit to it. So the researchers then compared the drumming of two subspecies, finding Western chimpanzees drummed with evenly spaced intervals between beats, like the tick of a clock, while Eastern chimpanzees alternated between shorter and longer intervals, resulting in a swing-like beat. All right, so like as humans, we have different music and different taste for music in different areas of the world. So, however, Western chimpanzees use more hits in their drumming than Eastern chimpanzees, despite the beats lasting for the same duration, suggesting they drum with a faster tempo. In addition, the Eastern and Western chimpanzees drummed at a different point when making what are known as pant-hoot calls. I'm going to talk about what pant-hoot calls are later. First of all, look how beautiful this image is. Honestly. What a lucky chimpanzee. Okay, so the researchers say it is unclear why the subspecies drum with different rhythms, noting it does not appear to be down to ecological factors. This is what I love about science, man. Like, I'm sure anyone here would be able to maybe give a reason why there is a difference between the rhythms between subspecies of for example, Westerns and Eastern chimpanzees. But the thing is, these researchers also have theories, and they didn't even bother saying them because the scientific method shows you how to prove something and if it's worth saying it or not. Okay? So this is what I love about it, is that they do have theories, I'm sure. Me personally, I would definitely give one or two theories about this stuff without even having any knowledge about this matter. But the thing is, they put time and effort and really study things thoroughly to be able to deduct something useful at the end, right? So they don't just throw any explanation at it and say, well, this is the most probable. No, they like to take their time, and I appreciate that. So let's continue reading here before we give our thoughts. So if you've got an itty bitty roots or an amazing rainforest tree and you're from West Africa, you'll drum more similarly to each other than a chimp from West Africa in the rainforest and a chimp from East Africa in a rainforest, said Hobeter. Instead, she said it might be associated with social differences, noting Eastern chimpanzees are more violent towards each other, or what chimpanzees in East Africa need to share more detailed information with each other. When you've got more variable intervals, those long, shorts, you might be able to encode a bit more information in there. That's a very smart take of it. In the same way as you could with Morse code, rather than if you had only a sort of ticking clock sound, Hobeter said. Hobeter added that while chimpanzees were not producing human-like musical rhythms, their drumming shared some of its fundamental properties, pushing back the evolutionary origins of music by several million years. So basically, chimpanzees invented music before us. Great. Before humans were humans, 6-7 million years ago, the apes that were roaming around that eventually would evolve into chimpanzees, and humans probably had some basic building blocks of rhythm, she said. All right. So, I have something to say about not only this research or this article shared, by the way, by The Guardian. First of all, usually previously, as I was more ignorant, I would say, why are people wasting their time studying something like this, right? So why is it worthwhile for someone like this, dear professor, to quote unquote waste, let's say, her time studying something that does not benefit humanity at all? And if it's just for the purpose of curiosity, then what's What's the meaning behind it? Now, first of all, I was ignorant, and I failed to see that some people do this with passion. But if that doesn't satisfy you as an answer, being just passionate about those animals, then think about it like this. Science, basically, across the years, we study something, we don't know the implications of it at all. Even after we have our theories done and proven, like for 5, 10, 15 years, we might not find a use case for it. But history shows us that, although that's what happens usually, but at the end, we somehow figure out a way to find a use for it. So this could be a stretch, but imagine if this furthers our understanding of music in general. And whether you believe chimpanzees are our ancestors or not, just music in general and how it affects organisms like us, right? So we all know the effect of music on our mood and our let's just say our mood. Let's keep it simple. We all know, we all feel it. Music can, let's say, improve our mood or could make it worse. So it has an effect on our psychology. So maybe further understanding music and its origin could play a part in the future in a new way of, let's say, treating depression. Maybe we figure out a way we can treat depression with music instead of pills. So this is how I like to think about it. I just think about it as I'm too ignorant, or we are not too as advanced as we should be to be able to take advantage of any scientific, or let's stick to this specific scientific discovery. All right. So I built in some interesting things here about chimpanzees. So chimpanzees live in complex social groups of 20 to 150 individuals where communication, like drumming, strengthens bonds and establishes hierarchy. I never knew that before doing this video, honestly. I didn't know that a group of chimpanzees could be upwards to 150 individual. That's a very big number. That's honestly a very big number. Like, you don't see that in wolves, you don't see that in lions. I don't know, hyenas. I don't think there is a pack of any other animal that goes up to 150. Maybe I'm ignorant, I don't know, but I just found it to be fascinating that they could go up to 150 individual. And why is that interesting? Of course, it's interesting because having a large group basically means that there are some subgroups. 100%. Even for us humans, if we have a very large group, we just tend to gravitate towards a subgroup in that group. So that's just pure intelligence in my opinion. But anyway, also the things I learned that they drum, I didn't know about that. Apparently that's a very known fact. So in the bot pantoots we glossed over before. So chimpanzees use pantoots, a series of loud calls often paired with drumming, to signal identity, location, or excitement across long distances. So think about it as maybe the national anthem of some groups. So it's like each individual group or each individual subspecies have their own culture, right? I don't know how many animals we could link with culture ever. Like, we should understand that chimpanzees are really a very smart species. Like, I believe a lot of you saw the videos of chimpanzees playing video games on a touch screen. At the time, I didn't believe my eyes. They were playing like better than what I would do, like really fast. And yeah, that's kind of interesting. So brain similarity. Chimpanzees share about 98.7% of their DNA with humans, making their cognitive abilities like rhythm perception key to studying human evolution. Imagine 98.7% similarity between us and chimpanzees. Isn't that amazing? 98.7%, meaning the 1.3% difference in our DNA is what made them stuck in the jungle and what made us build spaceships, basically. That's very, 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 very amazing, in my opinion. I forgot who's the name of the guy that talked about this, but they said something like, imagine if we, with a 1.3% difference between us and chimpanzees, are this much advanced than chimpanzees. Imagine what a alien life would be, how much smarter they would be if they are, again, 1.3% or have at least 1.3% difference in their DNA compared to us. Just imagine it. Imagine that we are as stupid to those aliens as chimpanzees are to us. Like a child to them might have Einstein's IQ. Anyway, so let's skip over those. So cultural variations. Different chimpanzees communicate. Different chimpanzees communities develop unique behaviors like specific tool use techniques, which may extend to variations in drumming styles. Unbelievable. I cannot believe it. We have a viewer. What a lucky day. Welcome, Azeb. So my name is Aleteb, and I would fail to pronounce your name, but I will try. Azeb Ishitu. Where are you from, buddy? That's not me. I'm here. Yeah, so I was talking about the scientific finding that chimpanzees basically were shown that they have rhythm in their beating or their drumming on trees, which suggests that they probably discovered music before us. And let me further explain what this is all about. So this live stream is part of a series that I'm hosting on YouTube about, let's say, just positive scientific news, technological news, sometimes cultural news, as we'll see later. And I just host a couple of short videos where we quickly just glimpse over those interesting events that happened on the previous day. And now at the end of each week, we simply gloss over them, and in a live stream like this, which is, by the way, my first ever live stream, so please excuse me if you find this to be quite boring, but yeah, I just try to pick randomly, or not randomly, but things that I found interesting, and just simply talk about them. Honestly, to be honest, cool. How old are you? I'm 25, as of. So honestly, I didn't expect anyone to join this live stream, and now the pressure is on. I have someone giving me their time, so that is very, very, very cool. Thank you so much, by the way, for jumping in and just directly going to chat. I appreciate it, buddy. I'm gonna do this live stream every Sunday, so you can just sit back, relax, enjoy the positive news, as I'll try to keep doing that every week till whatever. Yeah, so Oh no. Yeah, good. Can you hear me now? That's very unfortunate. So yeah, like I said, I don't really have any kids. I'm not married. Uh, but yeah. So, like I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, this is the agenda for this stream. So, we talked about chimpanzees rhythmic drumming, and now we're going to talk about Axelspace planned initial public offering. So, Axelspace is actually a space agency in Japan, and I found it to be interesting and worth talking about this specific news because I think there is a monopoly of the space industry in the world. I think we have, like, of course, the United States leading everyone on that front. And also we have the European Union and Russia and practically also China. But I think the monopoly stands with the USA, right? So I find it really interesting that other countries like Japan have very positive, let's say, numbers when it comes to the space industry. And usually with competition comes great innovation, and that's why I'm really interested about it. And that's why I said this is worthwhile of covering. So this article was on May 8th, and it explains the story and why they made this initial public offering. So you subscribe. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Azib. I really appreciate it. Hopefully you'll join us again in every other live stream you host in the future. And yeah, just give me your feedback, and I promise you I will get better every day. So just for you, the thing is about this live stream is, like I said, it's the first time I ever do this live stream, or I have no clue what to do. So I just follow tutorials, and it helps that I'm a fast learner, so I get the hang of stuff quite fast. But what I do is I try to learn everything about a subject and then dive into it. Couple that with procrastination, and this live stream would never happen, right? So what I decided to do is to simply throw myself into a live stream and simply improve every week. So what I promise is I'll try to improve the quality of every live stream I do in the future. Like baby steps, 1% improvement every time. We're gonna do very great. So I have 50 subscribers now. That's worth a party, in my opinion. That's a very high milestone. I started this channel about 45 days, I think, ago. Yeah, 45 days ago, on the 26th of March. And again, the same mentality. Instead of like researching and trying to figure out the best niche to do and the best video idea to post and the best software to do, like I usually do in the other areas of my life, I said, this is not going to help me. I need to start doing it. Yeah, I need to start doing it. Just do it. And I started my channel on that day, the 26th, created a banner, a profile photo, the first video, uploaded it in just one day. And that is why I'm able to do this now consistently, because I decided not to overcomplicate things and not to try to do like that banger of a video. Just do it one video at a time, improve it slowly, and you should be good to go. All right. So that's my mentality here too for this live stream. Is gonna improve every time I try to. Yes, I do have a job as actually I'm an instructor, a web development instructor. So I teach people how to develop web applications. Yeah. You'll probably hear about this. I have some plans in the future to link my expertise in the IT industry with this YouTube channel. But yeah, that's gonna be for the future. that's gonna be for the future. So yeah, Azeb, you'll be always remembered as my 50th subscriber. Yep. Hopefully you enjoy and you learned something new today. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Really needed someone to talk to. I was getting lonely in this live stream. Really great. All right, so let's go back on track. So Tokyo May 8 Reuters. Tokyo-based satellite maker Axelspace plans to list its shares as early as June. Two sources said, the latest in a steady stream of domestic space startups tapping the Japanese capital market amid mixed investor views on the sector's prospects. Axelspace's initial public offering is expected to be approved by the Tokyo Stock Exchange later this month. The people who had knowledge of the matter said, so you have a girlfriend. No, I don't have a girlfriend. But it's complicated, let's say. It's complicated. To be honest, let me be honest with you, Azeb. I prepared every part of this live stream. I have my notes here to the right side, which you can see. I prepared everything. I did not prepare for this question. I did not prepare for this question. Yeah, I get one. There's nothing really to get, buddy. It's just it comes with time. If you find something or somebody, then that's compatible with my brain, which is a hard thing to find, then maybe. But this is my passion right now. You guys, this YouTube stuff, which I've been dreaming of doing since I was a kid, by the way. Like, I've always watched YouTube, and I've never watched TV. Except when I was a very small child, I always watched YouTube, and I always dreamt of making a YouTube channel and committing to it. Very late though, 25 years old, but better late than never, I guess, right? Or adopt. Why would I adopt? Yeah, I'm still too young to adopt, if that makes sense. 25 years old, why should I do that? Yeah, I don't know if that's the time for it though. Let me take care of myself first, and then maybe take care of an adopted child, right? So let's continue here. So if successful, it would be the fifth such listing of a Japanese space venture over the last 2 years. So the fifth in the last 2 years. Let's continue here. Japan's private space industry estimated at roughly 4 trillion yen, $27.8 billion. Like $27.8 billion. It's quite weird, by the way, 4 trillion being $27.8 billion. But yeah, the Japanese yen is, compared to the dollar, is very low. But yeah, so Azeb, what do you think about space? Like I said, for example, in the okay, feel free to come back when you finish. All right, so Japan's private space industry, estimated at roughly 4 trillion yen or $27.8 billion, has traditionally been dominated by heavy industry conglomerates, which is something I'm not going to be able to read. Let me a thing consisting of a number of different and distinct parts of or items that are grouped together. Yeah, it's bad when you even fail to understand the explanation. So, of the more than 100 space startups active, most are loss-making, and the handful that are listed have a mixed record in delivering stock market returns to investors. So that's the thing about the space industry. It's not really that profitable. I mean, Elon Musk definitely made it better using his reusable rockets, which lowers the cost because the rockets no longer have to be rebuilt again, or none of that, just some small maintenance and you can launch them again, which definitely made space flights a lot less expensive. Still expensive, but a lot less. But other than that, I don't know if any other space agency or any other, let's say, space agency around the world was able to do what Elon Musk did by reusing those rockets or landing those rockets the cool way we see every day now. So I don't know if anyone has ever done it except Elon Musk, SpaceX. But if they can do it, then that's probably the way forward. All right, so what is, however, providing a tailwind to the private space venture is the support from the Japanese government, which is in the midst of its biggest post-war defense buildup in the wake of China's growing technological and military clout. Okay, about this, I mentioned in the beginning that we're not going to get into politics, of course. Now, this is not that big of a deal, but it just shows how much, if Japan is building its military, you should understand why I'm not talking about politics. It's quite dim. I'm just trying to focus on positive stuff here. Japan has always been, let's say, at least after the past few world wars we have had in the previous century, Japan has been very, very peaceful, and its military was quite negligible, didn't build up its military, but now seeing it ramp up its war machine is quite scary, because of those people that have been peaceful for the longest time are thinking, well, I have to do something about this. Then it's quite scary. So Axelspace and other prospective IPO candidates in the sector are banking on the support to draw in investors. So yeah, so with the support from the Japanese government, we can see a lot more investors or a lot more startups succeeding in Japan. So as a begin, welcome back. So can you play a game, please? The game is called Basket Bros. It's coded. Where can I find that game? So Basket Bros. Is it this one? It's okay, we can have our fun. I can cut it out of the live stream later, but let's keep this now for now, just for you. Is this the game? Yes, all right. Let's see how we can do. Okay, let me figure out how we can play this first of all. So okay, let's just jump right into it, I guess. How is this played? Okay,
Here
so
we go!
what elders?
Posterize!
Okay.
Hey,
So
shoot!
what are the... Oh, wow. I actually did it. Okay, that I'm gonna give it to. That's a fun game, but where's the?
With the dam.
Where are the
He
controls?
shoots.
G to do what?
Come on, ref.
Whoa!
Throw down.
So
Throw down.
there we go.
He shoots. From way downtown.
Press X. Okay, what does X do?
He shoots.
Man,
Damn.
dunked on me. But how can I shoot the ball instead of dunking it?
He shoots.
There we go.
That's gonna leave a mark. He shoots.
There we go.
He's on fire.
How can we shoot the game? Oh no! Oh, no.
Oh my goodness. With authority. Call that,
There
ref.
we go.
Throw down.
Ah, this is easy now.
He's on fire.
Ah, press X to shoot. Alright.
What a game.
I win. Okay. Again, let's do it again.
Here we go. He shoots.
Oh no! That wasn't a good
Authority.
idea. I should have dunked him. But let's try to.
Oh.
There we go.
Call that, ref.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Okay, there's a tournament. Okay, let's try.
Look at that.
Franchise mode. Let's do it. Welcome, Steph Flurry. You have worked your way up the ranks to top 1v1 league in the world. Can you take your game all the way to the Pros League Championship? Okay, whatever. Let's go. Okay, that's gonna be long.
Here we go.
Wow.
Face off.
I'm gonna probably play a couple of games and then
He shoots.
continue with my agenda.
Stop. He shoots from deep.
There we
He shoots. That's a foul. From way downtown. Crossed him over.
go.
Oh! With the dam. He's on fire.
It's hard, yeah. It's harder.
He shoots from long distance. He shoots from
There we
deep. Posterized. He shoots from long distance. That's gonna leave a mark.
Keeps dunking on me, man. Wow.
He's on fire.
What can I
Wow! Crossed him over.
Yeah, there we go.
Throw down. Wow!
I'm still winning, right? Yeah.
He's on fire.
There we go.
What a game!
Can I still win? Yeah. Oh, the upgrades, okay. Let's shoot this one. Oh my god. Oh, continue, I can continue, good.
Here we go.
This is...
That's a
There we go.
foul. What? Face off.
Can he go against you? How can he do that?
Posterize.
Can we play like online or something?
Call that, ref. Face off. He shoots. He's on fire. He shoots.
Come on, die.
That's a foul. Rejected. Oh my goodness.
Okay, this game is pissing me off. Why am I so small?
He was mugged.
Okay, let's leave. Please. Okay, so we'll have one game and then we'll come back to the to our agenda. Okay, just one game with you, then we'll come back. So I can host a game. So let me host a game with you. So I'll put it in chat there. Feel free to enter. So yeah, for those that are wondering what am I doing here, so this is not the usual content of the channel. So what we do is we simply talk about the events that happened during the week, but I really can't say no to our dear 50th subscriber, so he asked me to play this game with him, and I'm more than happy to make that, to do that with him. And it's actually a fun game, but yeah. So thanks to our dear subscriber Azib, we are here. Okay, and he's going to try to beat me, right?
Here we go. He shoots. Look at those handles. He shoots. With the step back. With authority. He shoots. Look at those hands. Call that, ref.
Wow.
Call the cop. With the step back. He shoots. Look at, with the step back. For three.
What do you think about that?
He shoots from way downtown.
He did it too?
With the step back.
What did you game?
Call the cops. He shoots from long distance.
Okay.
He shoots. He shoots.
What a save.
With the step back. He shoots from the parking lot. He shoots.
What did I...
Come on, ref. He shoots for three. He shoots with the step back. He shoots from the parking lot. He shoots. What?
Nice.
He was mugged.
Come on.
Damn.
This is embarrassing.
He shoots. He shoots. Crossed him over. What a game!
Oh, that's game over? Okay. So yeah, you can probably tell that I'm not a good, not a good gamer, at least for this game. So yeah, there we go, you won. Okay, let's do one more, and then we can go back to what we were doing. So let's do one more with you. Don't embarrass me. Yeah, I lost, yeah. I know. Thanks for telling me again. I did already, yeah.
Here we go with the step back. With the step back from deep. He shoots with the step back from long distance. Oh! He shoots with the step back for three. He shoots from way downtown.
Why do I keep losing the game?
With the step back. Oh my goodness! He shoots.
Stop
He
losing the
shoots.
ball.
All the cops. He shoots from way downtown. He shoots for three. He shoots with the step back. With the step back from the parking lot. He shoots from the parking lot. With the step back. With the step back. He shoots with the step back for three. Look at, he shoots. He shoots. He shoots with the step back from the parking lot. He shoots.
Okay.
What
Even
a
better.
game!
I'm out of the game. I'm out of the game. Yeah, very good game. Very good game, honestly. Very good game. Thanks a lot, Azib, for animating the stream. No, I'm losing. Like, I lost. He didn't. Come on. Don't be generous. Okay, can you tell me, by the way, where you live? Where are you from, exact? To be exact. So I know where my only viewer is from. Okay, so really? Let me double check. Ethiopia. All right. Yeah. Shout out to our brothers from Ethiopia. Okay. So continue on this little article here. So I was saying that the space industry in Japan is $27.8 billion, right? Now, that's a big amount of money, but the global market, satellite market, is about $280 billion. So that puts Japan's budget a tenth of the global budget. Or let's say not budget, but the market share of Japan's space industry from the world is is 27 or 10% of the global space industry. So I'm not from Ethiopia. Nope. You can guess where I'm from, and I'll tell you only if you get it right. So, yeah, one more thing about the space. It's a hot take, but yeah, let's just say it. I really don't know, especially if you recall in the last week, I think there was an article about a Soviet satellite that's going to fall somewhere in the world, hopefully not on my head, but it's going to fall somewhere at some point. And I don't know if we can handle that. Like, of course we can handle it if it falls in the desert or in the waters, but what if it falls on somebody's home, or on a school, or on a much worse, a nuclear reactor? What if that happens? So it's really something to think about, especially with the development of the space industry. What's going to happen to the space above our heads? Is it going to get crammed? Yeah, it was quite popular. So give you a hint. Okay, what hint I'm gonna say? All right, let me give you one small hint. It's 10:50 p.m. right now, on my time. 10:50 p.m. You do it. You do the rest. All right. So, Axelspace evaluation in the IPO could be comparable to those of radar satellite maker Synspective 290AT and IQPS. One of the sources said Synspective is currently valued at 121 billion yen and IQPS at 72.5 billion yen. No, that's all. I'm gonna help you with just the time. You start guessing. You can do your research. In which place is it 10:51 p.m. right now? You can just look at the time charts, look at that on the internet, and see which places are right now 10:52 p.m. Let me help you a little bit. So Ethiopia, time now. So for you, it's 12:52. So I'm to your west. That's all. You're here. I'm to the west. Yeah, I know, you're here. In Ethiopia. Come back to me when you can figure out where I'm from. I'm somewhere here. Okay, so I think that's good enough with about this specific story. So just some quick, let's say, clues about Japan's space history. Japan's space agency JAXA, or JAXA, launched its first satellite Osumi in 1970, laying the foundation for today's startup boom. So it's a 50+ year industry in Japan. I didn't know that, honestly. Very, very cool. Very cool. So of course, we do know that what kind of satellites we are building across the world. It could be from satellites that provide weather data to, I don't know, agricultural monitoring, let's say natural disasters, like the ones that happened in California. So yeah, those help a lot. I'm not talking about military stuff, of course. And of course, one of them is, let's say, other ones like SpaceX's, what is it called? Starlink, yeah? Just a ISP provider right now, actually, providing internet through satellite. So we have two answers from you. So South Africa, Spain, no. Not from South Africa, not from Spain. No. I'm not in Spain. So I'm not in Barcelona. Okay. So yeah, remember the thing I was talking about, how it is gonna get cramped and dangerous in over our heads? Well, here's a fact for you. Over 36,000 objects are tracked in Earth's orbit. 36,000. 36,000 metal objects basically going at the speed of, I don't know, orbital speed. That's going to be about, I think it's about 20,000 kilometers an hour. So orbital speed, ISS, 7.66 kilometers a second. That's going to equate to 70 times 6. So not quite as much as I said, but 7.66 kilometers a second. So that's quite fast. So imagine like big metal objects like this traveling faster than a bullet, falling on our heads, 36,000 of them. It's quite scary and it's getting quite dangerous, honestly, in my opinion. So we need to figure out a way to be able to save ourselves from that, and also decommission those satellites more safely than the current way of doing it, which is just simply letting them die. So Nigeria, no. India, no. Okay, let me save you the pain. So let's see. Okay, let me say I'm in Africa. Okay, you choose. Now you have 52 countries, so you have a better chance now at figuring it out. All right, so I think the stream is a little bit too long for now, so we have to wrap things up. So let's talk about the next story we have. So Met Gala 2025 highlights, red carpet arrivals, themed celebrities, and more. So this is the thing that happened on May 6th. So to be quite honest with you guys, before this, I didn't know what this event even existed. And now that I had to research it, I know that Met Gala started in 1948. And the Met Gala actually initially raised funds for the Costume Institute with modest ticket prices of $50. Yep. Interesting thing that happened and worth talking about is, well, on May 5th, 2025, the Met Gala celebrated superfine tailoring black style, spotlighting black dandyism, celebrities like Rihanna, which we all love, revealing her third pregnancy, and Pharrell Williams in a custom Louis Vuitton outfit attended, raising a record $31 million for the Costume Institute, underscoring fashion's cultural significance. So it's a very important event, and I think there was some drama linked to it, but I'm not so sure. As we can see here, Andre 3000 wore a piano backpack style. Yeah, this guy cannot be normal. Let's see. Wow.
And Andre 3000 has arrived with a full-size piano on his back.
Wow. So that's fashion, right? All right, let me just tell you, I'm from Tunisia. Okay? This little country up here. All right. So, yeah, so, you know, Andre 3000. Also, we know Rihanna, of course. But I think there's someone that had some drama. I covered it in one of my videos. She basically wore a, let's say, underwear that had black woman faces on them. So it was quite cringy, quite awkward. And some people didn't like it, some people didn't care. I personally don't care, but some people did dislike it. So there was some drama in there. But I think overall it's quite classy and quite awesome looking. Except the thing with Andre 3000 wearing a freaking piano backpack style. Like, I don't know about that. Anyway, let's finish off with this little story we have here, which is really, really cool. So, last November, Bradford G. Smith got a brain implant from Elon Musk's company Neuralink. I think I left them like doing that on monkeys. Now they're doing it on real people. I didn't know that. I was really surprised to hear that we're finally doing this for real human beings. So the device set of thin wires attached to a computer about the thickness of a few quarters that sit in his skull. Lets him use his thoughts to move a computer pointer on a screen. Fascinating. And by last week, he was ready to reveal it in a post on X. You know, no one likes him. No one likes him, Azib. Yeah. So, I'm the third person in the world to receive the Neuralink brain implant, first with ALS. So what is this ALS? I didn't know what ALS is. I had to research it. So ALS apparently is a disease that affects neural cells in both the brain and the spinal cord, and it basically affects cognitive like ability and movement. And so, at least for the cognitive stuff, apparently this Neuralink chip here is helping those patients. So I'm typing this with my brain. It is my primary communication, he wrote. Let's see this. So yeah, this is the guy. And I'm really happy for him that it's awesome, and it's awesome that these people are getting their chance at life, and being able to write a tweet with their brain is very cool. So as the stream is ending as soon as we finish this article here. And yeah, maybe we can talk about something else, but as soon as I finish this, it's probably going to be a day and you're going to have to go to sleep. You have school tomorrow, right? I believe you have school. All right. So, like I was saying, it is really cool to see that we're able to help these people. Like, for example, writing this tweet with your brain, man. Imagine that. It's not something we're used to hearing. So it is cool. It is very cool. So let's continue on. Smith's case is drawing interest because he's not only communicating via brain implant, but also getting help from Grok, Musk's AI chatbot. Now, this is the interesting stuff about this article and why I chose it. And yeah, it's a dream I had of having artificial intelligence right into my brain, making me the smartest guy in any group. Which is suggesting how Smith can add to conversation, and drafted some of the replies he posted to X. I don't know how is that gonna work. I don't know. Is the AI going to communicate to him using I don't know, like voice, or is it going to communicate like directly to his brain cells? I don't know. If they do that and they actually are able to convey ideas into his brain using that chip, that's gonna be amazing, man. Yeah. All right, so the generative AI is speeding up the rate at which he can communicate, but it also raises questions about who is really talking, him or Musk's software. That is a very thought-provoking sentence. How do we know? Are we affecting his personality using this chip? That's deep. Okay. There is a trade-off between speed and accuracy. The promise of brain-computer interface is that if you can combine it with AI, it can be much faster, says Aaron Klein, a neurologist in the University of Washington who studies the ethics of brain implants. Smith is a Mormon with 3 kids who learned he had ALS after a shoulder injury he sustained in a church dodgeball game wouldn't heal. So interesting. So he wasn't always diagnosed with this, so it's something he discovered. All right. As the disease progressed, he lost the ability to move anything except his eyes, and he was no longer able to speak. When his lungs stopped pumping, he made the decision to stay alive with a breathing tube. Wow. Starting in 2024, he began trying to get accepted into Neuralink's implant study via a campaign of shameless self-promotion, he told his local paper in Arizona. I really wanted this. Oh man, I'm happy for him. The day before his surgery, Musk himself appeared on a mobile phone screen to wish Smith well. I hope this is a game changer for you and your family, Musk said, according to a video of the call. That's interesting. Musk being nice? Okay. So I'm so excited to get this in my head, Smith replied. Typing out an answer, usually a device that tracks his eye movements. This was the technology he'd previously used to communicate, albeit slowly. So he's used to being able to write like anything using his eyes by looking at what I assume is going to be keys, maybe twinkling when he want to press it. But now he's able to do it like with his thoughts. Imagine, man. Okay, so Smith was about to get brain surgery, but Musk's virtual appearance foretold a greater transformation. Smith's brain was about to be inducted into a much larger technology and media ecosystem, one of whose goals, the billionaire, he said, is to achieve a symbiosis of humans and AI. So symbiosis, for those who don't know it, including me, is interaction between 2 different organisms living in close physical association, typically to the advantage of both. There we go. You can't say you didn't learn anything today. So consider what unfolded on April 27, the day Smith announced on X that he'd received the brain implant and wanted to take questions. One of the first came from Adrian Dittman, an account often suspected of being Musk's alter ego. So Dittman said, "Congrats, can you describe here how it feels to type and interact with technology overall using the Neuralink?" Smith said, "Hey, Adrian, it's Brad typing this straight from my brain. It feels wild, like I'm a cyborg from a sci-fi movie, moving a cursor just by thinking about it. At first, it was a struggle. My cursor acted like a drunken mouse, barely hitting targets, but after weeks of training with imagined hand and jaw movements, it clicked, almost like riding a bike. Wow, what a time to be alive." Another user, noting the smooth wording and punctuation. A long dash is a special character used frequently by AIs, but not as often by human posters, asked whether the reply had been written by AI. Smith didn't answer on X, but in a message to MIT Technology Review, he confirmed he'd used Grok to draft answers after he gave the chatbot notes had been taken on his progress. I asked Grok to use that text to give full answers to the questions Smith emailed us. I am responsible for the content, but I used AI to draft. Sorry what my... It's okay, it's okay. Didn't say anything, it's okay. All right, so we can see here that it's really, really crazy. Like, I think what he means here is that he's using his cursor and his computer to talk to Grok, not that he can speak to him directly from the brain. If that's the case, man, I don't know. That's so cool, but I believe he's just using, like, nonetheless, he's using his brain to move the cursor, to click on the browser, open the Grok's website, and be able to communicate with Grok by typing, not by just thinking about it. So yeah, that's a big distinction. So the story here continues on with the same attitude. His, like, telling his story, how he feels, and how his experience has been. So feel free to check this article here by MIT Technology Review. Now, it's time to give you some facts about Neuralink. So Neuralink's design, the Neuralink implant inserted via a robotic surgeon, has 1,024 electrodes to record and simulate brain activity. Let's take a look if we can find one. Let's see if we have images. So what they're saying is that they have 1,024 of these wires here, which they call electrodes. They are electrodes. How much does a Neuralink cost? Very good question. I don't think it's commercially viable now. I think even this guy did it for research purposes. They didn't do it like they did not do it by paying money. I think they volunteered as in a research campaign. So it will probably be Neuralink. Chip implant price. So if you can get a rough estimate, Neuralink has not announced pricing for the implant. However, Bloomberg estimates the cost at $10,000. That's from 2024. Yeah, Elon Musk's $50,000 brain chip explained. So apparently this was old. It's January, and here, okay, they're saying the same thing, $10,000. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but yeah. Okay, so coming back to this image here, like I mentioned, it has 1,024 of these electrodes, and these electrodes, pay attention, they're linked to your neurons. Like, they accept, like, electric signals from your brain, and they can also simulate an electric response to the brain. Basically fooling your brain into thinking that it is a neuron, which is, I don't know how people do this, but it is very, 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 very interesting. It's one thing to be able to communicate with the chip, basically meaning you can tell it to do stuff, maybe click on that button and do that and do that. But if it is able to give you information back, then that's unbelievable. Really unbelievable. Yeah. Imagine like being able to watch a YouTube video from this chip without even opening your eyes. Or imagine this chip being able to, like, imagine virtual reality, or it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be incredible. Like, without even having to put on a headset, you can this chip, probably in the future, I don't know if this is gonna happen or not, but imagine it being able to put a screen in front of you and put an entire computer in front of you that only exists within your mind, which you can control using your mind. Wow. That's going to be amazing. Yeah, some other noteworthy facts about this is that the 2014 Ice Bucket Challenge raised $115 million funding BCI research in drug trials for ALS treatments. How many people? Okay, probably we just need to ask Grok. Let's go to Grok. So how many people suffer from ALS? I don't expect the number to be big. Since it is something, maybe it is popular.
Hi, I am Brad Smith. I'm the third person in the world to receive the Neuralink brain implant.
Excuse me. Global prevalence. So recent studies estimate the global prevalence of ALS to be between 4.42 and 5 per 100,000 people. Wow. With a world population of approximately 8 billion, this translates to roughly 350,000 to 400,000 individuals living with ALS globally. So, yeah, it is quite prevalent. So, 5 in 100,000 people seems small, but it is a lot. So yeah, hopefully you guys, anyone watching this live, like our dear friend from Ethiopia here, or anyone watching this later as a normal YouTube video, hopefully you learned something. Hopefully you enjoyed being with me. Yeah, so a quick recap about the things we did here. We talked about how chimpanzees have rhythms when drumming on their trees. We talked about Japan's space industry and how fast it's moving, and also talked about the Met Gala 2025 event. And finally, we closed off with the idea of having Neuralink implemented with AI. Being, of course, crazy as Elon Musk, he can do anything. So it is a very big prospect and an interesting thing to think about. Anyway, so thank you, my dear friend, for joining this live stream. Thank you, everyone, for watching. This is gonna be it. See you all on the next week, next Sunday. Okay? For now,